Hey there guys, welcome back to Wild and Wonderful Homestead. Now last week our sweet Susie, our oldest goat here, she went off her feed and she wasn't drinking any water and she was just really not herself and you could tell she wasn't feeling too good. So we got on the ball, checked a few things out, and we're pretty sure it was ketosis. So we're going to show you what we did and give you an update on how she's doing. Well, this morning it's looking like we're going to be playing doctor. Last night we noticed Susie didn't touch her feed and she just wasn't acting like a normal self. And so all last night we were up kind of late doing quite a bit of research trying to figure out what could be wrong with her. And we think we have a diagnosis. We're not entirely sure. We think it's ketosis. And again, this morning she's still off her feed. She's not drinking much. She's just nibbling a little hay here and there. So from the research that we've been doing, we're just going to try a few things and just hope and pray that that perks her up. And of course, last resort will be to call a vet. So we'll be keeping a close eye on her and just hope for the best. Because it's not like my Susie to be like this. So what exactly is ketosis in goats? It's a metabolic condition which can happen late on in pregnancy or after kidding. And what happens is during pregnancy, the kids, especially if they're going to have multiples, they take up so much room that the doe doesn't eat enough. Or after kidding, their nutrition intake isn't high enough, especially now that they're producing milk for their babies. So the body starts using its own body reserves to get nutrition for her and her babies. Some of the signs of ketosis can be a decrease in appetite, drooping of the tail, poop output decreases, they can get dull eyes and can get quite lethargic, and Susie had all these. So how did we figure out that Susie had ketosis? First off, and what we feel is most important, is just simply knowing your goats. Know their personalities, their habits and their behaviours. That way you'll know what is normal and what is not. And just with us spending a lot of time with our goats, which we really enjoyed, we really noticed Susie not wanting to be around the other goats much. She was separating herself from the herd. She wanted to lay down a lot, not come for her usual side scratches and her back scratches. And even though she is a grumpy old lady, that is just not Susie. It's really not. So that was the first thing, was keeping an eye on her behaviour. Now the second thing we did was we checked her Fermentia score. And for those of you that don't know, Fermentia scoring is a chart showing the eyelids of a goat, and it goes from what is normal colouring down to what is severe, and it's got every stage in between. And this just helps you to keep check for if they may possibly have parasites or are getting anemic. And again, Susie's eye, her inside of her eyelid, the colouring was absolutely fine. So that gave us an indicator it wasn't parasites and that we had to look into something else. And the third thing we did was research. And we started off with the symptoms, and we checked this goat book. We bought this before we even got goats, and it has been a fantastic lifesaver. I highly recommend it. We looked online for info, and we even watched and got in touch with some of our favourite YouTubers, which have been raising goats a lot longer than we have, so their help and advice was fantastic. So we really appreciated that. And that's how we got to the conclusion that Susie had ketosis, so then it was on to treatment. I've just gone ahead and harvested some blackberry leaves and 2 different types of kale from our garden. And I brought some of the goat feed down. I'm going to add water to it, make it into a paste, and offer these to Susie, but also chop some up to mix in with the feed. And just got to hope and pray it works, that it'll get her appetite back. We've been offering her molasses water, and this is the first time she's actually drank any since feeling bad. Poor Susie. That right there is the life of moms. We can all relate. You gonna come get some, Susie? This morning I tried to get her to come to me as much as possible. Baby. This makes me so happy. She's actually licking up and eating the mushed up goat feed with the chopped up blackberry leaves and kale. Bring us more kale, Dad. She's enjoying this. Good girl. We might not be completely out of the woods yet, but this makes my heart so happy. I've been so worried about you, my Susie. Want some of your blackberry leaves? Susie. Good girl. Good girlie, yes you are. Keep this up and you'll be back to 100% in no time. I'm gonna have to pick you some more blackberry leaves, aren't I? Oh, Dad, you got a bunch of garden goodies. Is that good? Oh, this makes me so happy. So, seems to be getting her appetite back, and she's really enjoying. She's enjoyed the blackberry leaves, the kale. She just ate some peppers, and now she's enjoying sweet peppers, and now she's enjoying the green beans. Good girl. Dixie! It's supposed to be for Susie. That's the quickest I've seen you move in a while, Susie. Now, I know looking at poop is gross to some, but goat's poop can tell you so much about their health, and Susie's is starting to go back to normal. That's the furthest she's ventured out since she's not been feeling too good, and I'm just so happy to see her moving around and eating better, and even her poop looking better. Yes, when you're a goat owner, you have to keep a close eye on your goat's poop too. You getting you some sunshine, honey? That my Susie girl. You're starting to look like you're picking up. Oh, my princess. She may be a grumpy old lady, but she's my grumpy old lady. Oh, that nice. So while Susie's still got an appetite,
yes,
is eating pretty good for comparing it how she's been the last couple of days, not wanting to eat anything. Me and Caitlin's gonna nip down to the garden and we're gonna get kale and green beans and broccoli leaves and get her a whole bunch of goodies.
All the goats goodies.
Well, yeah, all the goats some goodies,
except for the babies, their goodies the milk.
Yeah. But hopefully, if we just keep on with all the goodies, the nice, healthy, vitamin and mineral-rich foods, then we'll have Susie back to 100% in no time. Yeah. Well,
she's gonna play sick.
She's looking good already. So.
She's gonna play sick though. She's like, I'm gonna get all the good stuff, so I'm gonna play sick.
Oh no, she's our little sweetheart. Sure? So let's go get these goodies.
Yes.
Even though she hasn't been feeling too good, it looks like the babies have been having absolutely no problem at all drinking milk.
There you go.
Alright, so we got everybody fed and put to bed, and of course we've been keeping a check on Susie on and off all day, and we just checked her again and she's doing so much better from this morning. We've just kept up with giving her, we used Electrolyte Gel.
Okay, that's what we use here. We use some Electrolyte Gel.
Oh, that's backwards because of the camera backwards.
Read backwards.
Read backwards.
Okay. Go to a mirror. Watch this one. But, yeah, it's Electrolyte Gel. You can get this at any Tractor Supply. It's not very expensive. One tube is basically a dose, but I did divide this up into 2 doses.
Yeah, we just wanted to take it steady and easy with Susie. Because going by her symptoms, we're still fairly certain that it is ketosis.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to just fill her full of a whole bunch of stuff all in one go. So we just took it easy with it today.
Yeah.
And then, what else did we use?
The next thing, now, don't pay attention to brand, okay, because I don't. But this is Blue Ribbon brand, okay, but it's probiotic plus paste, okay. Now, this will do a lot of goats. An adult dose is only 5 mil. This is 80 mil.
80 mil. So it'll do us a while,
yeah,
if ever we need it.
But
again.
It's really helpful to have, too, because you can also use this for your newborn goats. Newborn goats is 1 to 2 mil. And that's like, you know, we actually use stuff like this when we disbud.
Yeah. And how we've helped out Susie today, and it seems like it's been working, and we're just hoping and praying that it continues to keep working.
She's doing better.
We kept offering and kept giving her molasses water. We've just kept up with, which she's really been enjoying, getting the green beans, the kale, the peppers.
That's the key. You got to find something that they want to eat, because that's what you have to do. You've got to get their appetite back. And we tried everything.
Yeah,
you know,
she didn't want anything to begin with, but once we found that she was enjoying that this morning, I guess that just kick-started her metabolism again, and we kept offering it all through the day.
What we first got her on was, and I wanted to try it, when we have goat snacks, it's got like crinkly paper and stuff. You know, we'll give them like saltine crackers or something.
Yeah, not very often, just a little treat.
Yeah, just here and there. And we had, the only thing we had on hand was we had shredded wheat cereal.
Mini wheats.
And we had corn chips.
Yeah.
And the bag was very rattly. So when we come up and I rattled the bag, that was it. She got up, she came straight to me. She ate, you know, 4 or 5 corn chips. And
I think like maybe 2 or 3 mini wheats as well. Yeah. And then we offered her the kale and the broccoli leaves.
She would take it after that. After she found that, you know, something tastes good in her belly. She was good.
And every time we've offered her stuff throughout the whole day today, more green beans, more kale, she's been ready to eat it. Oh, and I did forget, one other thing that I did do this morning was I took just a tiny bit of goat feed and I watered it like really sweet feed, yeah, and really watered it down to make like a mushy paste, a really runny one. And again, first she drank the water from that, and then she ate the feed that was now a mushy paste. So yeah, and she's had a bit of actual feed the normal way, not as a paste, and a few oats as well. So
we're just trying her on a bunch of things. We're not giving her a lot of anything.
But we have noticed from comparing from this morning to this evening, she's got so much more energy. She's still not 100%, but she's got a lot more energy. She's brighter in her eyes.
Yeah.
She's wanting to move around a lot more, whereas this morning we had to give her a push to get her up. Oh, and I don't care if it's gross, but when you're a goat owner, you got to do it, and that's keep an eye on her poop. And her poop was, she didn't have diarrhea this morning, but it was a little bit runny,
it wasn't pellets.
Like soft. And this evening, she's got the little round pellets again, and just a couple of them were stuck together, you know, like in a little ball. So it looks like we're on the right track and we're going the right way. So we'll just keep trying and hoping and praying and get her back. Yeah, now we've got to go feed the human kids now that everybody else is taken care of.
The hard part's got to start.
Bedtime. That's always the hard part. Look at that, guys. She's got her energy back. And she's got her appetite back. We knew we had to keep her hydrated and steadily get her appetite back. And as you can see, her appetite's just fine now. But that was a big concern to us, especially since she was producing milk to feed her babies. We just didn't want any setbacks. So we gave her molasses water. Those babies are crazy. We gave her molasses water. We gave her probiotic paste. We gave her electrolyte gel. And then the blackberry leaves, the kale, the green beans, and all those goodies. And that just seemed to really help. And as you can see, she's doing wonderfully. You're all better, aren't you, honey? Ain't got no more. So now that we've got Susie all better, we can breathe a sigh of relief. Every single day since we've done all that and her appetite's been back, she has just been her old self. She's had a lot more energy, definitely got her appetite. So guys, if there's anything that I would advise you to take from this, it would be to know your goats. I would say that is the number one most important thing, because if you can catch any problems early on, your goat will be back to 100% health in no time, and that's what you want. Alright guys, well, these babies are wanting some attention now. Yes. And we'll see you next time, guys. Take care. Bye. Are you protesting there? You want your supper? She's like, I'm not getting down till you give me my supper.
Queen bee.
Queen of the herd is our Susie.